The guy is incredible. He absolutely is. Again, I will use the term raw. He was also an all-SEC third team honors as a junior when he led the Aggies. Get this, 7 quarterback hurries. He only accumulated 5.5 tackles for loss, but at 6'5", 281 pounds during the season, he definitely proved to be remarkably durable throughout his collegiate career. He appeared in 37 games across 3 seasons. His presence was obviously felt in 2024, particularly when he racked up 39 total pressures on 315 pass rush snaps. According to PFF, I probably should have done this, but let's just go ahead and divide these snaps up real quick. So if he had 39 total pressures and 315 pass rush snaps, what is he winning at? What's his win rate? 12.4%. It's pretty good. It's not great. It's pretty good, though. Very disruptive. NFL scouts are drooling over this guy at the combine. Historic combine performance. Some of his strengths. He's not just a workout warrior, right? This guy brings absurd get off the line. His acceleration, his raw speed, from every stance. He can play everywhere across the defensive line. He flashes an incredible amount of pocket collapsing ability, long arm, stab arm, two-handed bull rush. He has it all. Generational lateral explosiveness. I don't like to use the G word often, but he is a generational talent. I mocked him as the next Myles Garrett. Others have mocked him as somebody else, but I'm also going to give you that name here pretty soon. And I haven't checked the chat out, but we'll see if any of you got it right. Versatile as a stunt weapon. He has the ability to shrug off punches, modest success on a two-hand chop, but he has the ability to add more, right? And as you get ingrained into these professional defensive line groups, right, where you've got amazing teachers, he's going to excel quickly. He plays with competitive fire. His motor is always going, but his raw size, it makes him nearly impossible for tackles to displace and lock up at the line of scrimmage, where he can get long and get around you. Some say he doesn't have good bend. I see great bend. And I think that it was more evidenced at his pro day. He absolutely has good bend. His ankle flexion maybe not the greatest, but I'm not going to say that it doesn't exist, because you watch plenty of tape where it does. He's twitchy. The guy's super twitchy, and he dominates when he has the ability, an opportunity to get after the passer. He dominates. Here's the final thing that I'm going to throw at you. There is an NFL elite defensive end right now that you could definitely comp Shamar Stewart to. Now, this guy only had 1.5 sacks in his final season at LSU, 2 hurries, and 14 pressures. Now, you would have thought by looking at those numbers that he's a 4th-round draft pick. He's going to be a bust, right? Because if that's what you're saying about Shamar, then you have to say that same exact thing about this guy. Worse stats than what Shamar had. He also had 690 snaps that year. So this guy, let me recap it. 1.5 sacks, 2 hurries, 14 pressures, 690 defensive snaps. Shamar Stewart, on the other hand, only 521 snaps, 33 hurries, 39 total pressures, 1.5 sacks, 170 less snaps than the other guy. Does anybody know who I'm talking about yet? Has anyone put it in the chat? Well, let me show you who this guy is. Let me just show you. Oh my goodness. Mr. Danielle Hunter. No, it can't be. Yep, it certainly can be. There's his stats, ladies and gentlemen. Right there. 1.5 sacks. 1 forced fumble. Well, my goodness. There's no way that Shamar Stewart can be an absolutely incredible football player, can he? Y'all know that I'm going to bring it. And if I have to defend somebody, if I have to defend a prospect, I hope that y'all just go a little bit deeper than look at all this surface level stuff. This is what I'm good at here. I try to find really good football players. Yep, we're not going to hit on every single one. So to compare Danielle Hunter to Shamar Stewart in their final season at their college level, Danielle Hunter, 1.5 sacks. Shamar Stewart, 1.5 sacks. Danielle Hunter, 2 hurries. Shamar Stewart, 33 quarterback hurries. Danielle Hunter, 14 pressures. Shamar Stewart, 39. All on 170 less snaps than Danielle Hunter. You can absolutely mock Danielle Hunter and Shamar Stewart in the same boat. Same category of football player, very similar size, height, weight, speed, everything. Danielle Hunter was also a freak coming out of college. I rest my case.